The asphalt breach. How a nation of broken roads became a verdict on the working class. Prologue. The sound of economic collapse. Close your eyes. It is 5:47 a.m. You are on your third cup of coffee. Your check engine light has been on for 187 days. You hit a pothole. Not a minor divot, but a crater that sends a seismic jolt up your steering column. You hear it. THWACK crunch. That is not just the sound of a tire sidewall shredding. That is the sound of your food budget evaporating over the next 2 weeks. That is the sound of a $600 repair bill against a $400 savings account. That is the sound of a social contract breaking in half. We live in the wealthiest civilization in human history. We have sent rovers to Mars and AI to the boardroom. Yet, on the road home, we dodge craters as if it were a war zone in a developing nation. This is not a failure of engineering. It is a failure of morality. Question: if the GDP of the United States is $27 trillion, why does the suspension of a 2014 Honda Civic feel like it is navigating the surface of the moon? The economists lie why your wages bought you a minefield. Let us start with the spreadsheet, because the math is where the betrayal begins. For 40 years, economists have told the working class a story. Globalization is good. Inflation is transitory. Tax cuts trickle down. Meanwhile, real wages for the bottom 90% have stagnated since 1973, when adjusted for productivity. You are working harder, faster, and statistically safer, yet your purchasing power for physical assets, specifically cars, is imploding. The car price paradox. In 1990, the average new car cost roughly $12,000, or about 30 weeks of the average wage. Today, the average new car hovers near $48,000. That is nearly 60 weeks of the current average wage. The rich are buying luxury SUVs with massage seats. The working class is financing 84-month loans at double-digit interest rates on used Nissan Rogues with 90,000 miles just to get to a job that hasn't given a raise in 6 years. The tax fleecing? You pay gasoline taxes, federal and state. You pay vehicle registration fees. You pay property taxes, income taxes, and sales taxes on the parts you buy to fix the car that the road broke. Where does it go? According to the American Society of Civil Engineers, AS, the infrastructure funding gap over the next decade exceeds $2.5 trillion. Meanwhile, defense budgets increase. Corporate subsidies increase. The roads? They remain a moonscape. Imagine going to a restaurant, paying a 20% service fee, and the waiter throws your steak on the floor. You keep going back. Question: if you saw a line item on your pay stub called road destruction tax, you would riot. Since they hide it under general revenue, why do you accept the service? The mechanic's autopsy: the bloodletting of the four-wheeled worker. I have been under the chassis. I have seen the violence. To a politician, a pothole is a maintenance backlog. To a mechanic, a pothole is a revenue stream, but not a happy one. A pothole is a silent mugging. The damage report. 1. Tires, $150 $300. The sidewall impact causes a zipper tear. Unrepairable. You buy 2 because of all-wheel drive. There goes $500. 2. Wheels, $200 $1,000. A bent trim can it be balanced? It wobbles. It destroys bearings. 3. Suspension, $800 $2,500. Struts, shocks, control arms, ball joints. A hard square edge impact bends metal that is meant to flex. You drive home handling like a shopping cart. 4. Alignment, $100 $200. You skip this. You then chew through the new tires in 10,000 miles. The cycle repeats. The investigative find. I reviewed municipal claims data from Chicago, Detroit, and Los Angeles. Winning a claim against a city for pothole damage is nearly impossible. Most cities require you to prove they knew about the specific hole 24+ hours before you hit it. They almost never know. In 2023, New York City paid out roughly $2.5 million in pothole claims. The estimated actual damage to vehicles? Well over $1 billion. You are absorbing the loss. You are the insurer of last resort for the state. Your car is the second most expensive asset you own. The government is using it as a shock absorber for its budget cuts. Question: if a private company destroyed your property to save money, you would sue. Why do you vote for the people who destroy your property? The safety expert's verdict when the road hunts you. Let us talk about survival. We are getting older. Reaction times slow. Night vision degrades. Rain doubles the stopping distance. Fog turns the road into a guess. Now, add a 6-inch deep, water-filled crater at the apex of a curve. The data. Potholes are not just expensive. They are murderers. Safety analyses have shown that a pothole-related crash, swerving, blowout, loss of control, is significantly more likely to result in a fatality than a standard collision. Why? Because swerving into oncoming traffic or hitting a tree at 55 miles per hour removes the car's crumple zones from the equation. The nightmare scenario. It is midnight. Raining. You see a reflective vest bobbing ahead. Is it a ghost? No. It is a fellow driver. A desperate worker. They have snapped. They have taken a broom and a bucket of latex paint stolen from a job site and they are painting a bright circle around the crater. This is the safety system of the richest country on earth. In Japan, municipalities fill potholes within 48 hours. In Germany, roads undergo rigorous, frequent automated inspections. In America, you paint a circle around the hole so your neighbor doesn't die. Question: when you accept vigilante road repair via graffiti, are you a hero or a symptom of a failed state? Answer: both. But shouldn't you be angry about the latter? The investigative journalist follow the money, the heist. I investigated the budget of a mid-sized Rust Belt county. I found the truth. Road maintenance is an easy cut. Politicians know you won't vote them out over a crack in the asphalt. You will vote them out over a school closing or a police layoff. So, they defer maintenance. Where the gas tax went. Since 1993, the federal gas tax has been 18.4 cents per gallon. No inflation indexing. That 18.4 cents is worth roughly 10 cents today. Meanwhile, electric vehicles pay no federal gas tax, though some states have added fees. Heavier EVs, Hummer EV. 9,000 pounds, destroy roads exponentially by the fourth power of axle weight. You are subsidizing the rich's toys. The shell game. Your state legislature takes general fund money away from road repair to cover Medicaid shortfalls. They take road bond money to pay for economic development stadiums for billionaire sports owners. Then, they look at the camera and say, sorry, folks, no money for pavement. The evidence. I scraped DOT data. In multiple states, deep corporate tax cuts were followed, within 18-24 months, by a sharp rise in citizen complaints about hazardous road defects. It is a direct transfer. The billionaire keeps his tax cut. You keep the broken axle. Your car is a payment plan for the rich's tax holiday. Question: if your employer stole your tire money, you'd call a lawyer. The government steals it and calls it austerity. What is the difference, really? The solution from despair to direct action, the Paint Manifesto. We cannot wait for the election. We cannot wait for the infrastructure decade. We are driving today. We are old today. The rain is falling tonight. You mentioned the reflective vest. You mentioned the paint. Let me amplify this into a movement. The working class driver's protocol. 1. The grab. Go to your shop. Your workplace. The maintenance closet at the warehouse. Ask for leftover paint. Traffic paint is best, highly reflective, durable, but even drywall compound mixed with sand works. Be creative. Be quiet. 2. The act. When you see a pothole that is a tire eater, sharp edge, 3+ inches deep, in the tire track, pull over safely. Use a reflective triangle. Wear that vest. Mark the hazard. Paint a solid ring around it. Paint an X over it. If you have spray paint, paint an arrow pointing down. 3. The philosophy. We are not vandals. We are safety auditors. We are making the invisible visible. In the fog, in the rain, that yellow-white ring saves control arms. It saves lives. The government won't fix it. The mechanic can't prevent it. You have the spray can. You have the power. Question: are you willing to risk a littering fine and contesting it on principle to save a single mother from blowing a tire on the interstate at 9 p.m.? The call to action, the art of the noisy wheel. We end the silence. Here is your roadmap for Monday morning. 1. Document with fury. Buy a $30 dash cam. Record every pothole hit. Send the footage to your local news investigative unit, they love this. 2. The letter campaign, not email. Write a physical letter to your state representative. Enclose the repair bill for your last suspension job. Write on the back: this is your tax cut coming out of my paycheck. Mail it certified. 3. The audit. Demand a line-by-line public reading of the road maintenance budget at the next town hall. Ask: why is the road to the Amazon warehouse freshly paved, but the road to the elementary school a minefield? Answer: corporate subsidies and tax increment financing. 4. The paint brigade. Organize a pothole painting party. Sunday noon. Donuts. Coffee. Reflective vests. Paint only the perimeter. Do not fill the hole, liability. Just mark it. Film it. Post it with number fixer streets. The ultimate leverage. Threaten a slow roll. Organize 500 drivers to drive exactly 5 miles per hour down the worst road during morning rush hour. When the police arrive, say: we are avoiding damaging our vehicles. The road is unsafe for the speed limit. Please direct us to the safe road. Chaos is leverage. You have the numbers. The working class is 90% of the traffic. Without us, the economy stops. Act like it. Question: what is more expensive? A $5 can of spray paint or another $1,200 strut replacement? The paint is cheaper. Why haven't you done it yet? Food for thought, the economic reset. You are tired. You are taxed. Your back hurts. Your car creaks. You look at the road, the literal ground beneath you, and it is a disgrace. The contradiction. We have invented the iPhone, CRISPR, gene editing, and reusable rockets. But we cannot pour concrete correctly in the richest country on earth. Why? Because the rich don't drive. Because the government prioritizes stock buybacks over blacktop. Because you have accepted that infrastructure is a boring political word, not a survival mechanism. The deep intelligence. Is the economy bad for the working class? Yes. Are car prices out of reach? Yes. Wages stagnate? Yes. Are roads deplorable? Yes. You pay taxes. You get older. You drive to the job that barely pays you to drive on the road that actively destroys the car you need to drive to the job. That is not a cycle. That is a death spiral. Question: if the government cannot be trusted to maintain the literal pavement under your tires, the most basic, visible, tactile function of a state, why do you trust them with your healthcare, your retirement, or your children's education? Or, more terrifyingly, what if the crumbling road is not a bug of the system, but a feature? What if the jagged edges and hidden craters are just a low-grade, silent tax on the poor, a way to keep you spending your meager surplus on tires and alignments instead of savings and strikes? Go to your garage. Look at the can of leftover paint, a reflective vest, and a flashlight to be visible. You can either ask permission, or you can draw a bright, life-saving circle around the problem and drive home safely. The final call to action. Do not wait for the election. Do not wait for the bond measure. Tonight, at 11 p.m., when traffic is light, take the vest and flashlight, take the paint, and mark one pothole. Just one. Then post a picture of it with the caption: I work. I pay taxes. I fixed your failure. Please tell me what you think and how you feel about this issue. Analyze it, brainstorm it, debate it, and if you like it, please share it. Thank you for watching. I truly and highly appreciate you, and God bless you.